There are several software options available, including Blender, Autodesk Maya, and Unity. Unity is not a 3D modeling tool anyway. Once you've successfully opened the GLB file in a 3D modeling software, you can explore and manipulate the 3D model as desired. This may include rotating, scaling, or adding textures to the model. Rotating and scaling, that's a very peculiar choice. What about translation? Can we not translate objects now? Is it just rotation and scaling? In conclusion, opening and viewing GLB files is a straightforward process, especially if you have the right tools and resources. By following the steps outlined in this article, you can confidently navigate GLB files and enhance your 3D modeling and rendering experience. Take me to Modello. So Modello, they want me to join. That's what happens when I do take me to Modello. Recommend. And here's a list of recommend. And they have a thing up here that says AI generation, just like straight up on their website. So let's ask, who wrote this? This one has a date attached to it, so this was written in 2024. This sure explains what to do when you just happen to stumble upon a GLB file. And super helpfully, this article tells you that you need to use 3D modeling software to open it. Wild. In the end, you're going to be able to confidently navigate GLB files and enhance your 3D modeling and rendering experience. This is not written for anyone. This is an ad for Modello. This is an AI-generated article whose sole purpose is to advertise their product, right? I'm gonna start marking which ones are AI-generated here. So this one, the first result, very likely AI-generated. Again, then we had what program opens GLB files. I don't believe anyone wrote this. I'm gonna mark this one as AI-generated. What software supports the GLB format? So this one is from cloudinary.com. Once again, we get this marketing speak. It sounds like a corporation trying to market GLB files, but it's not their file format. We have a PowerPoint slide. Cloudinary glossary. How can you prevent compression artifacts? Adjust.
No, I was muted. Rats. Eh, Gang nabbit. Yeah. Hi, Monogat. I see you know about Freya Holmér. I don't know much about her, except that she codes stuff for Unity. I know that they've done it for a long time. But what she's doing in this video seems to be like how I liked it. What I watched before, which was like the first 5 minutes. She's a lot smarter than all of these hype tech bros who think that we are so close to a AGI or something.
Compression settings. Choose the right compression format. Utilize modern codecs. Stress testing. The bottom line. Compression artifacts are an essential consideration for anyone working with digital media. They result from the trade-off between file size reduction and visual quality. Despite their tiny size, they pack a big punch. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone describe compression artifacts as tiny. With the right knowledge and tools like Cloudinary, so here it's plugging Cloudinary. Utilizing advanced algorithms, Cloudinary automates your optimization process. Cloudinary analyzes the content. Cloudinary's fast and secure CDN. We create, manage, and deliver engaging experiences at scale. Performs shirts, I guess selling products. This is merch. This you can make your t-shirt merch. You can transform, you can crop your face. You can sell products with personalized experiences, products for people to consume. Just travel to various places and just consume more content from other websites, and you can watch the game, and you can just like generate that on every screen. Okay. And engagement and revenue goes up. So this is all about
and engagement and revenue goes up.
Experiences at scale. So I'm gonna say that Cloudinary, they also do AI generated blogs. I'm gonna mark that one as AI generated. Okay, next one is what is GLB versus OBJ? That's also from Modelo, so okay, there we go. That one is also AI generated. How do I create a GLB file? This one is at a website called Pixcap. GLB file, what is it? How to create and open it?
She's one of the top convert math and pretty graphics people in the Unity sphere. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that tracks with the small amounts of knowledge I have about her and her work. She's done because she's done this like shader thingamajog for 3 like, but I think she also has done like vector 2D stuff more recently. Yeah.
There are several ways to create GLB files depending on your specific needs and level of expertise. Here are a few methods commonly used by 3D artists and developers. So I think one of the things that strike me with all of these is that they are very wordy. It's so... in case you've heard about the concept of a signal to noise ratio, I feel like all of these articles have a really bad signal to noise. Sometimes you can use like words that are not like strictly necessary to like build a narrative, but they don't do that. There's no narrative. Every sentence is like twice as long as it has to be. It doesn't add anything. It just makes it longer.
And they tend to repeat so very much.
Just so happens that Pixcap is web-based, and you can open GLB files online and edit them directly in your browser. They say that it's a great option for beginners and non-technical users since it requires no software installation or prior knowledge of 3D modeling. Like, why add this? Why do they add this part? Since it requires no software installation or prior knowledge of 3D modeling. They've already said this. They've said directly in your browser. They don't have to advertise browser-based apps beyond that. They've said in your browser. It's just filler. And now we're once again talking about converting between different file types. The benefits of using these. Conclusion. GLB files are becoming increasingly popular due to their compatibility with various platforms. Now you're selling GLB files? But you're not the creator of GLB files. You want to sell Pixcap. So start exploring this versatile file format and see what you can create. Happy modeling. This is not a guide on how to model GLB files. It's the exact same vibe. They're tools. Best AI tools. AI 3D model generator. AI girl generator. So all of those are AI generated. Okay. CAD exchanger. What is GLB file type and extension? Okay, got some products here. We got the conversion stuff going again, and holy shit, we have so many articles about converting. All of this text is specifically converting from GLTF to FBX, and it lists support, pros and cons, history of GLTF history. Nobody wrote this. Nobody wrote this. There's no name. There's no nothing. Supposed people, customers have things to say about this. Nobody wrote all of this garbage. This is AI generated. Then we have Cloudinary. That one we already know. That's AI garbage. Pixcap, we just saw that one as well. That's AI generated. And then we have Wikipedia. Wikipedia on this Google page is the first non-AI generated thing. Is a real website written by real people who actually care about what they're writing about. Isn't that like super cool? Pixcap again, we have file format docs. So this one actually seems pretty concise. This actually tells me information that I can use to actually start implementing this, right? See also docx. Okay, so all of a sudden we have docx, okay. About GLB to 3ds. 3ds on the other hand, it represents 3D Studio, DOS mesh file format used by Autodesk 3D Studio. Wouldn't you say 3D Studio Max? Well, why is it 3D Studio? If you're an application developer who would like to add the functionality of GLB to 3ds in his .NET or Java, you can use the aspos.3d API to archive this. So now we got a product all of a sudden. It looks like Aspos 3D conversion app. I'm getting the same AI generated vibes about FBX to OBJ. FBX to OBJ is not an item. It's a thing you do. Okay, I had high hopes
initial
for file format, but I'm sorry, file format. You are almost certainly full of AI generated garbage. I'm sorry. Next up, we have.
It just wasn't instantly super garbage like all of the rest, but yeah. And the reason for that is primarily that the first page they were on, she entered on that file format thing, is almost 80% written coherently by a human that they have copied, because that is how it looks in coding languages documentation about GLTF, which my memory is Anyway, so a large part of that was actually written by humans and curated and edited by humans.
Have videos. Let's see.
Welcome to another 3D comparison video. We are going to discuss GLB files. So this is a standardized file format used to share 3D data.
Okay.
And it has some advantages over other models.
Okay, we got a source, ChronoScript, that's good. Okay, Sketchfab, that's a legit website. Okay, so they're interacting with other websites. It doesn't seem like it's an obvious ad for...
Like this gorilla.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, what is this? Hold on.
Website where we can obtain GLB files is CSM.
Benefits of GLB files. They are smaller and more efficient than other 3D files. That's not true. Like that's not the point. They are smaller and more efficient than GLTF. It doesn't compare to other formats. Maybe if you use the compression thing, you could make that argument. This description, I don't buy that being written by a human. AI voiceovers have become really good, and this is like monotonous enough, and there's an accent. I can't tell if it's a real person. It's very monotonous, but some people are monotonous.
True. However, I'm gonna see, dude, has Okay, this is funny though. Guys, I just want to read about GLB files. Can we maybe not do this to the internet? How to watch, experience, and listen to generative AI is a parasitic cancer. 1. Navigate to the website YouTube and be sure to locate the video you want to watch, where the video is available for viewing. In addition, make sure the page is open and your intended video is visible in front of you, in front of your eyes, whether it's a mobile device or a computer. Press play in order to initiate the playback process. This will start the video and you should see moving pictures as well as hear sounds. Anyway, what I actually wanted to do was to see if 25 if they have like 3D comparison it's called. Is it actually like linked? If I do like this,
Sorry. Next up, we have videos. Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna have to type it manually. Fine. No, I'm not fine. What? I can't see it. Come on. 0 said, or is it an O? I don't know. We'll try it like this. Because I want to see if my trick for getting hearing, if it's AI,
video, we are going
will
to
work in
discuss
this.
GLB files. So this is a standardized file format used to share 3D data, and it has some advantages over.
Because I increased it to 1.5, and to me it becomes super obvious that it's an AI generated voice now.
Other models. As we can see, this can contain information regarding 3D models, so regarding meshes, UVs and stuff like that, but also for scenes, lighting, materials.
Despite them having become a lot better.
Welcome to another 3D comparison video. We are going to discuss GLB files. So this is a standardized file format used to share 3D data. And
because there is a thing that happens with the anyway, that's all I wanted to try. If you are unsure, try and increase the speed to 1.5 or 1.75. It usually helps to make it clearer.
So this one is, it's harder for me to tell with this one, but the way this is phrased, there's an AI thing by the end. This is a weird slide. You don't really make slides like this, but I mean, some people are just bad at making slides. They recommended Blender in a comment. Okay, that seems like a little bit more of a human thing to do. This seems like low effort content where the script and maybe even the slides were AI generated, but I don't think the person is. But maybe. Okay, so this one I can't tell. I'm not sure if that's real or not.
Hello guys, this is Jan from CrossCloud, and in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to easily. GLTF is the future of 3D on the web.
Okay, so that did not sound believable. I mean, they've censored like their project files and whatnot, which that makes sense that you would do if you're a person doing this. This one is also a little bit borderline for me, but I think this is real. It's a little bit weird to start out by saying it's a future of 3D modeling, which I mean, maybe you believe that, or maybe you just talk like marketing speak. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm not that good at knowing for sure.
Hello, this is a quick video to show how to export rendered 3D objects to GLB file formats.
Okay, I feel like AI generating this entire process seems really... I'm pretty sure this one is real. I'm gonna say this one is real. Next up, we have imagine.io, which format is right for your 3D projects. Immediately, we have a weird perspective viewport here, demystifying GLTF and GBL.
I know she writes on it that it gets choppy in this section, etc. It keeps on.
Okay.
No,
Human
it was
readable
better
versus
website
machine
on it.
readable. True. Again, weird overlay perspective stuff. Reduced file size. They already talked about this. Binary can be more secure. Choosing between. We're experts in GLTF and GLB at imagine.io, and it's in 2024, and they probably have a platform. Are they advertising their platform? It's labeled in every single image. This is their platform. It's again interactive 3D content on the web.
And it's just
AI generated garbage. 3D Ace Studio. GLB files about the format and how to use it for your business. Okay, already off to a businessy vibe. Technological advancements often hinge on introducing innovative products or methods that revolutionize existing markets. We're already off to the most AI sounding start. Such is the case in 3D design file formats where the GLB file format has emerged as a pivotal player. This format has swiftly demonstrated its superiority and efficiency,
Yeah, I
becoming a
mean,
new benchmark in the industry. What is
even
GLB?
if-
How does it work? How does it compare to other formats? What is the difference between
like
GLB
with
and
these
GLT?
videos,
Where
even
can
if
you
they
use GLB?
are
Popular use cases, e-commerce,
narrated
presentations,
by
education, games and
an
entertainment.
actual
How
human
are they
being,
created? Step by step. Expert tip: choosing the right software. Our company
all
has
the
worked with a wide
content, all
range
the
of software that
information
support the
still
GLB
seems
format,
to
and
be
identified one program that is superior.
just
Blender. We
generated
found major issues
and
and lack of
not
support in all the other programs
edited
we
by
tried.
said human
For example, making the files
much
in
at all.
Maya requires a special script, while Blender is designed to support this format by default. A special script, not a plugin or anything, or okay. Tailored menu, how to convert, understanding the preparing your source file, exporting using the results. How can you use GLB for your business? I love using GLB for my business.
Tapping GLB or GLTF, yeah, we gotta tap them file formats and we gotta use them as my business, for my business. And as someone who has been coded, I started programming when I was like 6 years old, and been coding ever since. I started noticing these kind of tendencies more like around a decade ago, but then it was more but like the last 5 years it has exploded, and as someone who has also long COVID and cognitive issues at times or all the time, my coding skills have been very much affected by long COVID. I can't. It's really hard for me to program, which is something that I have done far more than 10,000 hours in my life. Well, not far more, but more. And yet that I used to use as a way to relax. Like if I needed to wind down or distract from my like general anxiety or such, I would code stuff. And now when it's really frustrating and hard for me, and I want to like improve my code or get back a bit of my coding and do different stuff. That yeah, I am like relearning stuff, or I have to check a lot more like on the internet while I'm coding, because yeah, and then I am and instead of getting helpful information, I get the AI slop upon AI slop upon AI slop. and it's it's hard for me to know how to explain the despair and the frustration and the, I don't know, like, oh, not only Mono writes, so sorry to hear that COVID preventing you to enjoy things you used to like must be super shitty. Yes, it is. It is. And also just that, not, yeah, because it was the thing, it was my default, like, unwinding, relaxing thing. And I don't have access to that anymore, and I don't have any. I mean, I don't have really any other things that I do that could, like, previously could so consistently, but also so well lower my anxiety, make me make me unwind, make me able to get a few hours of sleep, make me able to function. And yeah, I've lost that part of it a lot, because it is very frustrating when I code, because everything is like, there's so many obstacles that I'm not used to. So I haven't learned yet how to deal with them, even though it's like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it is what it is now. It doesn't mean that it will be like that forever, and all of that good thinking jazz, being in the right mental space, sure. And it's not like I haven't coded at all, or it's not like I haven't coded and it has helped me unwind post getting COVID and long COVID. That, no, I still manage to do that, but it's rare. Instead of being the most common result of me doing this action, it is quite rare. So yeah, then being met by AI slop like this, that is also, because it's hard to explain also in a way, because it's like, okay, it is these file formats, okay, that's like that. But then you start noticing that it spreads. So it's like, yeah, I need to let her talk, because yeah, she's
This is just
yeah.
scratching the surface of all the possibilities available. 5 out of 5, 66 votes. These images are definitely AI generated. It's blog posts written by nobody, and the pros and the cons and the history. No author on this article, nothing. It is just on this website, and it spawned into existence in 2024. I would say that 3D Ace is probably a real company. I think many of these are actual real companies, but they use AI to generate blog posts in order to get traffic. And clearly it's gotten at least one person highly interested in all of their stuff. So both of these are AI blog posts. And then we have 3D Viewer Max. Already we're talking about viewing, opening, and editing and converting in one blog post written by nobody They have a guide for different software on how to open it. Okay. Why are they telling us about this? How to create them. Okay. Converting inside of their creating section. Advantages and disadvantages. Takeaways as usual. So you've got a GLB file and need to open it up. But which program should you use? Well, try 3D Viewer Max, which is the best option. That is actually their own software. That is amazing that that happens to be the best one. Definitely AI generated blog posts. So of the entire first page of Google, 2 non-AI results, and then an additional 2 that may or may not be AI generated. They might be, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But the entire first page of Google is almost all AI. When I saw this, I was kind of like, okay, what if this is the thing that people have been talking about? This is the downfall of Google, you know? Like, everybody's been talking about how Google has become less useful and it just turns up garbage results. And so I'm thinking, okay, we should just not use Google anymore for search. So I've heard a lot of good things about DuckDuckGo. GLB file format. The first one, the first result on DuckDuckGo, AI generated blog. Then we got Bissau, this one also AI generated. This was the first one on Google. File format docs is AI generated. Pixcap, AI generated. Cloudinary, AI generated. 3D Ace, AI generated. Celteco is also AI generated blog post. Cat Exchanger, this one is AI generated. glbfile.com. So this one is a little bit strange to me. This is a website called just straight up glbfile.com. It's very similar things as these websites, but it's a little bit more concise. It says Zoo Cyber, Cyberpunk Zoo NFT. I'm gonna call this one AI generated. I don't think someone would get glbfile.com just to dump an AI generated looking thing, unless they're just looking to make ad money down the line, seeing if it works. This leaves us with one fileinfo.com on DuckDuckGo. I'm pretty sure this is a real website. We can see that it actually extends far beyond the AI bubble. AI bubble started in 2021, I think. That's when ChatGPT started coming out. This page has been around for a while, and as far as I can tell, when I dug into the About page and the company, it looks like it's a real website. They may or may not use AI, like maybe they've started doing that, I don't know. But it reads legit to me. On DuckDuckGo, we have one probably human-written result. Everything else...
Mono says the ad money thing is 100% correct. That is a SEO technique called exact domain match. Yes, SEO is search engine optimization, I think. But yeah, it's yes, it is. Yeah. It's also yeah. It is a SEO technique.
AI generated. Okay, but surely I must have just stumbled upon this, right? Like clearly, like not every search engine is like this. GLB file format. 3D graphics format. GLB is a 3D graphics format. This is true. But this summary was generated using AI based on multiple online sources to view the original source information used to learn more links. And the learn more links have 3dviewermax.com, Icarus3D.com, catexchanger.com. Let's just zoom out a little bit here. So Microsoft has their AI, and the sources it's using are AI generated. Okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah, here we come to why this is so dangerous, or like why it has already managed to do a lot of damage to, and I mean it costs a lot of energy to do all of this. It is extremely wasteful in many ways, but that's not what I mean here. I mean even if they could do all this with almost no energy, what I mean is the corrosion of collective knowledge, gathered knowledge, information Yeah.
It's not the whole like page. Maybe it's just the start. Okay, so here we have an AI generated summary quoting AI generated articles. So that's not super good, I think. People also ask 3D Viewer Max, this is AI generated. Pixcap.com, this is AI generated. 3D Viewer, this is AI generated. 3D Viewer Max, this is AI. Visao, this is AI. This one, these were the weird, like, middle ground ones. I have a hard time telling them apart here. These two, I think, are real. Pixcap, that's AI. Fileinfo.com, I think is legit. Cloudinary, AI generated. File format docs, AI generated. Icarus 3D, AI generated. Celteco, AI generated. 3D Ace, AI generated. glbfile.com, probably also AI generated. This one is AI generated. We've seen that one already. Marksent Labs, AI generated. This image is from an AI generated article. This is the entire first page on Microsoft Bing. I think you can see my point here. It's insane how bad it's gotten. I sort of thought that this is just a Google problem, and I just keep using Google because it's convenient, and I'll try the other browsers when it's like so bad that I have to go to other browsers or other search engines. This is not a Google problem. This is an AI problem, which, like, obviously, yesterday, finding out that all of these are AI generated, it just became so emblematic of the problem. And I feel like when I talk about this, when I talk to people about the problems with AI, I feel like nobody really actually realizes the sheer scale of this problem.
Yeah. Many people in tech realizes certain problems that she has brought, like this, like AI quoting AI or being trained by AI generated data used in like it becomes recursive and becomes just the result becomes slop. That is like that's not a rare take or like a ooh I really like, look, this is like a lot of tech people know that, but they think it's like happens a bit there and happens a bit over there, perhaps. They don't realize how fucking ubiquitous it is. And it's exponentially growing. So yeah, we are burning the entire planet, possibly killing all humans to be able to make something that is completely useless and destroys knowledge. Huh. That's not great.
Like, we can't search the internet anymore and find content written by humans unless we filter through all of this. And like, if you're someone who actually don't know that much about like
And the tech bros proposed solution isn't we have to ensure that we don't like flood internet with this nonsense. No, their solution is we're gonna make an AI. We're gonna train AI. I mean, we're gonna train an LLM to be able to search for you. So the AI tech bubble creates a problem, like not being able to find information on internet. You can't use a search engine to find stuff written by a human. And then they're also proposing the solution: use even more AI. And it's kind of like, it's also generative AI or LLMs, or all of these are very hello, Complainy Laney. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Everybody should follow Complainy Laney. I always laugh at that Larry thing. Thanks so much for the raid. Yeah, we are watching a video and discussing how AI and the AI tech bubble is doing stuff to make like searching online only come up with searching online. They say like making that not a thing anymore. You can't find stuff written by human beings. You only find, or like 80% of Microsoft Bing was AI, and a lot of it was also AI generated that quoted other AI generated stuff. So extremely wasteful that it's like, yeah. And like Google's first page was like Wikipedia and one other thing was not determined to be AI. All of the rest was AI. And it's like, and it's, yeah, it's not good when you replace information with, because it's just, yeah. I need to grab some water and stuff. I don't know if is there a ad? No, it's nothing for another 20 minutes. GLTF yes.
files, you will be reading AI generated articles. You might even get answers to your question about like, what are GLB files from AI generated articles? And that is just so sad to me. Like, what are we doing here? Like, who benefits from this? Like, is it the like 3D viewers online that are free, and the corporation can make some ad money?
I did that.
They can probably
I should have remembered that I just gifted a tier 1 sub.
Very, like, they can't tell what's bullshit and what's not. The only reason I can do this is because I know a little bit about GLB files and GLTF files, not even that much, and I know how you would communicate if you write a blog post, and how communication in general works when you want to do something educational. And this is so far away from that. This is alien. This is like the average of humanity with all the personality taken out of it, and all you have is this like fake cheerful blog post that just like answers every question and nothing at the same time. This is bizarre to me. I don't understand how people can think this is okay to even do, like, to generate AI articles like this. Like, if
yeah, I mean, yes, the people not only think that it is like ethically okay, but also think that this is the future. This is like the next step. It's like, what? But yeah, no, it is. It's I don't know if oh, thank you, Complain Eleni, for gifting sub to Bup. Nice. Yes, thank you a lot. Thanks for the raid as well. I think most people here know that I have long COVID and I have brain issues, and so I should take a tiny break from talking because it's not gonna. I can't really express myself at all right now. But yes, thank you for that.
It feels like it's just a bunch of business people who see the internet as a money generator, and they're like, oh, I heard about this cool AI thing, and you can generate blog posts on your website for your company, and you can get clicks from that because people just search for things and then they find your website and then you get money from the ads, and maybe they're going to use your product. We can even make it so that the AI will try to guide users into using your product in this article, but in a subtle way. And so it looks natural, right? We can even tell the AI to include 2 typos.
So
Just tell the
subtle.
AI to do 2 typos in the article, so it's a little bit more believable. But otherwise, give them information they might be looking for about GLB files, and then generate that article and make it sound like our product is the best one. I'm frustrated with how people are absolutely littering the internet with garbage. And if you're someone...
Yeah, the things she has marked red there are definitely AI. And the things marked yellow are perhaps all the content is actually AI, except for perhaps there is someone actually narrating an AI generated text instead of an AI narrator. But still, it's it is all over, everywhere.
I guess someone like me who grew up on the internet, who likes to spend time on the internet, and I like looking things up, I like learning, I really value learning and knowledge. It's just so hard to find actual intelligence out there of people who wrote things, people who care about the things they write about, rather than this corporate slop. This is worse than nothing. I would rather have empty slots here that I have to scroll by than to be misled by all of this. And even the Microsoft AI thinks that these are legitimate sources. It cites them straight up as if those are real sources, but they are not sources. They are just another AI. And it's just feeding into itself at this point. And I don't honestly know what to do about this. I don't know. The incentives for companies is to make money. They just want to create content as quickly as possible to make as much money as possible for ads or guiding them to their product. And sure, that to some extent, that's always been a thing. SEO has always been a thing. Companies want to make money, obviously, has always been a thing. But the thing that is new here, the thing that makes me
or at least
frustrated
for the duration of the
is
internet.
that these are deceptive. This is deception. They're using an AI to create what looks like a blog post written by a human, and yet it's not. And so
and not only that, but it's meant to be deceptive, which it was I was talking about earlier, how I noticed that even before this, companies started using having blog posts on their on their corporate websites that were made to look like just any it was just an accident that the conclusion to what is the best type of graphics editing software and they compare 5 different ones, and it's their own that wins, but they don't even stay like, it's just an accident that it happens to be that Paint Editor X is absolutely, most definitely the best one from this blog post that is like on painteditorx.com or whatever. But this takes that, which is deceptive and annoying, and also like another thing that I started seeing way before this AI was companies doing these blog posts, but like copying Wikipedia articles about like any tech related thing, or any like or like copying like Windows help stuff, and then like trying adding in at the end like the solution is actually our software, which has nothing to do with this. But what this also does is not, it's deceptive like those things are, but it's also because it's feeding into itself, it's wasting enormous amount of resources, because generative AI is extremely wasteful. It is, how it functions is like it's extremely wasteful. It's like the worst algorithms in existence that actually does anything. Whatever. This is bad, okay?
It's just a bunch of lies. I don't like it when people lie. I think that's a shitty thing to do. And when you fill search engines to the brim with lies and just misinformation, like the sum total of knowledge is getting absolutely poisoned by this. And the better this gets, the harder it's going to be to tell them apart from real human written content. I just don't see a benefit to this. The only thing that I have found to be beneficial with AI, I found ChatGPT to be useful as a search engine to avoid finding all the AI generated articles that other people used the AI to write.
Yeah, which I mentioned earlier. They create both the problem and the solution. So yeah.
Like, it is so dumb. It is just so dumb. So I get so many people asking me, what do you think about AI? Isn't it cool that you can like generate a whole article by just like a short prompt? You can be like, write an article about lerp smoothing, and then you can publish the blog post and then pretend you wrote it. And I'm just like, okay, so why are we doing this? What are we just lying now? Is that just fine? I think when the internet started out, I thought it was a super cool place where you could find information about things that you previously had to like talk to someone about, someone knowledgeable, or find books. And all of a sudden you could just search for anything and you can read about how does a diversion valve work in plumbing. You could find some obscure forum or some like weird blog written by someone who's like super passionate about diversion valves and just has a whole website dedicated to like plumbing mechanics. And you can like tell how passionate they are about everything related to diversion valves and plumbing. And you can be like, holy shit, this person knows their stuff. And you can tell that they're excited to write about this. And you just find these fascinating people who have passion projects that they love to talk about. And that, I find that kind of stuff really contagious. I love reading about people who are super knowledgeable and super passionate about something and just kind of delivering it to you in a nicely presented format. I think that's super cool. And I think that is like, that is one of my favorite things about the internet, is that type of, like, it feels weird to call it communication, but like, it is storytelling between us, right? We tell stories about things that we're interested in, we share that with people, and that's fundamentally a human experience. It is human communication. And whenever I see things in the world, when I see art created by people, like illustrations, 3D modeling, level design, level art, user interfaces, it could even be like real life objects. Like if I look at a mouse, like here's a Logitech mouse, or here's a microphone. Something I think is really cool is that I can take objects that are around me, even the cat tree behind me where my son is sleeping, that's Salad. This cat tree was probably designed by someone. Someone cared to make that cat tree. Someone designed this microphone. Someone cared about the finish, the look, the technical details, all of the constraints that they had, maybe some time limitations. And then we have this shock mount here, has a very like peculiar design, which I think is kind of cool. It's like, it's solid. It doesn't have like rubber bands. This was designed by people who wanted to find like an alternate solutions for shock mounts. Then you have the like weird XLR cable. This is like a 7-pin XLR, and I kind of hate it because it's like proprietary for this microphone. But in this tiny space next to me, there are so many stories about people who made decisions about every part of this. Every
what's happening? Okay, thank you.
single part of all of this has a story. There's so much history, and I love that about humanity, that you can take any object, you can zoom into it, and there's stories there. That's so cool to me. That is so cool. I just love exploring that like space of ideas and information, and like the process that people have gone through to make anything. So contrast that with something like nature. Okay? So with nature, none of us made that. Like, that is not human designed. It is not really, well, we affect nature and we're part of nature, but so much of nature has been created by mechanical processes. Like, it's just the laws of physics have eventually created this like super complex universe, or at the very least our corner is complex according to us. And here, all of the mountains, all of the rivers, all of the animals, all of the ecosystems, the way a frog jumps has so much interesting, fascinating complexity, all the way up to like the human brain, which we still don't fully understand in terms of where certain things are, right? Like, it's still kind of a mystery. This is like the inner universe, right? Every part of nature also tells a story. For most of history, that story does not involve humans, and yet we see so much beauty, so much color, species interacting, and they're all